What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. This is the second video in our not very successful series that we started a few days ago. Anyways, today's victim is the G80 M3 competition. And the reason why I picked that car is because there's high search volumes and I really love the G80 M3. I feel like it is definitely one of the cars that I will buy one day. Save this for later. You will see me with the G80 M3 competition. It's about drive. The first thing we will talk about is the engine. The M3 competition comes with a 3-liter flat-six twin-turbo engine that makes 510 horsepower, and it does 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, which is not bad at all. Well, price, you might ask. Well, it's a little bit complicated. Now, the car MSRP $73,000, but for some reason it's selling for $80,000 and $90,000. I'm not sure if it's an issue in the United States or there's something going on, but for us here, you pay what the website says. So if you go buy one now that's brand new and you pay markup, I think that's what they call. I think it's what they call it. I think they call it markup when you pay for over sticker markup. I'm not sure, to be completely fair, and I don't want to sit here and talk a lot of smack because I know some 13-year-old kid in the comments is gonna freaking destroy my life. Yeah, well, markup means you're. So I don't want none of that. So whatever it's called when you pay over sticker, that's what you're going to be doing. Unless you're going to get it used, there's a lot of used G80 M3 competitions with very low mileage and at a good price as well. So that brings us to monthly installments. So depending on the price you get it for, if you get it for 73 up to 90, you can be expecting yourself to pay anywhere between $750 all the way up to $1,600. And that, of course, is over 5 years. Next up is looks. Eros, what are you doing? And we are going to start with the exterior. Now, the reason why I love the G80 M3 competition so much, because it looks so much better than the M4 competition. Growing up, I was either an M2 guy or an M4 guy. I just kept switching between the two. The M3 for me just wasn't an option. But the M3 looks wider, it looks less heavy, and it looks less like a boat, and it looks more like a BMW M3 competition. The M4 does look nice, and I'm one of the people who don't hate the grille. I don't hate it. I think it's fine. The old ones didn't look all that good either, and you just learn to get used to them. So yeah, the M3, in my opinion at least, is definitely the better looking of the two. However, if you do like the M4 more, then it is your opinion. But the M4 from the side just looks weird. From the front, they look identical. From the back, sometimes I'm leaning more towards the M4, but for the most part, I am with the M3 competition. So yeah, the car is pretty aggressive. It's pretty wide. It's got its stance. It's got this look to it. It looks young and it looks fun and it looks very, very enjoyable. And next up is the interior. Once you move inside the car with the 2023 models, you get the new big screen. I am a big fan of the big screen. You might not be, a lot of people aren't, but for me, the big screen is an absolute yes for me. And then of course you get the carbon fiber bucket seats. I have not seen anything to compete with BMW's new carbon fiber bucket seats. One thing though, it does look slightly uncomfortable, but it's fine. Let your seat be a pain in the not your engine. So the interior is great. We're gonna give the exterior a 8 out of 10, and we're gonna give the interior a 9 out of 10. Next up is sound. In recent months, I have become a lover of 6-cylinder engines, and that doesn't mean I don't like V8s, but I've just started to appreciate 6-cylinder engines more. And this is one of the engines that I absolutely admire because it puts out very good performance, it is reliable, it's solid, and it sounds really, really good. Next up is Practicality. Now, this is a 4-door, so you know it's going to be very, very practical. So you shouldn't want to have it as practical as it gets, because if you do, just go get yourself an M340 or a 320 or a 330. But guess what? They got this car and they built the M3 competition on top of it. So ultimately, it is the same thing. It's still got the 4 doors and it's still got the big trunk. Suspension obviously isn't comfortable. Next up is the big question. Reliability. Is it reliable? Well, here's the thing. You ever go to a sushi place and it's not a good sushi place, it's one of the cheaper sushi places, and the big question is reliability. Now imagine this. McDonald's. We've all had McDonald's, and McDonald's is a gamble. Sometimes you walk out unharmed, and sometimes you take a lot of internal damage. Same thing with BMWs. They're either very reliable or they're not. 50% of people say BMWs are the best thing ever, and 50% of people say that BMWs are horrible pieces of shit that are fucking disgusting and nobody likes them. So you and I lie in the middle. I grew up around BMWs, and for the most part, we haven't really had any issues with them. But once they start to get 5 years and older, they start to have issues. just like every other car. And before you tell me you have a Camry from 1985 that is still running with 1,000,000 miles on it, this is not a Camry, this is a BMW. It is a luxury sports car, and it's German. Germans don't think of the future, they think of the now. A BMW is very simple. You treat it good, it'll treat you good back. If you treat it bad, it's gonna treat you bad. And before you tell me my friend has full bolts on, an E85, and his motor blue. Well, his motor blue because his motor shouldn't be on full bolt on an E85. So that being said, it is a good car, but BMWs, they do find the middle of everything. But then if you want reliability and very good performance, then you go to Porsche. You get yourself a 911 Turbo S or a 911 anything at all, to be completely fair with you. And next up is maintenance costs. Now, maintenance costs $1,000 US. And the only reason why I'm looking at my phone is because I don't want to mess this up, and I don't want to seem like a smart who knows everything, okay? Right here, I have information, like basic stuff on everything we're gonna do in this video. Doesn't seem like much, but $1,000 a year. And next up is insurance. Insurance will set you back $2.1 thousand a year. I'm not gonna do more math, but $2.1 thousand a year, and that will change majorly depending on many things. How old you are. I'm pretty sure in America they're gonna look at your history, driving cars, and your accidents and all these things. If you don't have a good history, but nobody knows that I don't have a good history because everything's under my dad's name, so he's the one with the bad history. I have a clean history. No one's ever even heard of me, so I'm good. But if you don't have a good history, you might pay a bit more. Here, it's completely different, and I do live in America as well, but I don't insure cars. It's a very complicated story, so I don't worry about none of these things. So here we have third-party liability, where if you are in the wrong, you fix the other person, which is much cheaper than full comprehensive insurance, which will cover you and the other person. It doesn't matter who's wrong. It'll cover you if you're in the wrong, fix your car, fix the other guy's car, so on and so forth. Next up is conclusion. The G80 M3 competition is no doubt a great car. It's practical, it's somewhat reliable, it's got great performance, it looks good inside and outside, it sounds good, and it's quick. And is it actually a good car? Yes, it is. So yeah, this is the second episode of this series. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything I should add for the next videos that you guys would like to see, let me know. I'm still trying to experiment, and I'm still trying to understand how it works. Fortunately and unfortunately, it's not doing so well with views, so I still have some room to kind of mess up. But yeah, usually these home videos, they don't do well. They don't do well. But I feel like now I will be dragging the channel into the dust if I do one more video on my car. The last 5 videos have been on my car, and I don't want to be this guy that, you know, his whole life revolves around his EcoBoost Mustang. The camera's about to die, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and comment down below what car you'd like to see next. If you have a nice car in Dubai and you don't mind us reviewing it, comment down below and we'll get in touch with you and we'll film your very nice car. Always mess this part up, but I'll see you guys next video.